Hi, thanks for watching. This is Andy Norton, and I am playing against Risky Business with Iceman. I'm using a new deck for Iceman. It's Iceman Justice. It's called Dr. Icelove by Boom Guy. And so I'm really excited to try out his Justice deck. It looks great, and it has my favorite Justice card for him, which is called Justice Served. I like that it has ice in that word, which is fun. And so I'm excited to try out this deck, and we're playing against Risky Business. And it's on standard. However, there are 4 different elements that are still going to make this, I think, quite challenging. So the first one is we're actually playing with standard 2, which was going to mean he's steady, which isn't super relevant, except for Professor X can't easily confuse him. But the standard 2 cards in here are awful. And they just, they have so much surge and nastiness, overkill. It's awful. It's truly awful, and actually a really good fit for making Norman Osborn actually challenging. So it's sort of one of the first fixes of Norman Osborn, I think, was the standard 2 set. Almost too much of a fix. It's so nasty. However, I'm doing 2 other fixes. The sort of fan fix or player fix was to treat Criminal Enterprise as having the crisis icon. So I'm going to do that as well. And then there's one more FFG sort of fix. There was a challenge recently where it was if Criminal Enterprise gets to 6 counters, you also lose. So there's an alternative way to lose the game. And so I thought it was cool to just kind of combine all 3 of the ways of making him awful, but we're going to play in standard, so it's just slightly easier. This in expert, it's just awful. It's truly bad, especially since we'll be also dealing with crisis and the steadiness and all of that. So, also, we're using Crossfire's Crew, which is also a super nasty mod set. So I think it's still gonna be quite challenging, even though we're on standard, and I'm very excited to play this game. So here we go. Let me get this another shuffle as well. It's a 43 card deck. I don't know what you guys think about that, but it's kind of crazy. I don't know. It's so many cards. Just kidding. I actually like cards that run a little heavy, a little over 40. I sometimes go up to 50 even. It's an interesting with a deck like Iceman, but I think he can handle definitely several extra cards. So here we go. Wow, that's amazing. That looked staged. Cryokinetic Perception is my first card. I don't even read write-ups normally, but I glanced at his write-up and it said that this is like your first card you want. So here we go. Got that, Snow Clone, 4 Justice, Ice Blast, Superpower Training, and Utopia. So, I mean, this is great. This is great. Utopia and Cryokinetic Perception, but no doubles. And I'm wondering if I should discard for doubles or actually just take it and just play these 2 since I don't need doubles to play them. I think I'm going to do that, but the problem is that he's going to both damage me if I deal damage to him, and then he's going to attack me. So I have to survive this first villain phase. I think it's worth just getting these things out. So I'm going to spend 2 to play Utopia, spending 2 to play Cryokinetic Perception. No, back it all up. I'm going to spend... Nope, back it all up. Back it all up. I'm going to discard Superpower Training, Ice Blast, and 4 Justice to draw 3. Because there's a possibility I could draw into a double. Oh, I did not draw into a double, but it's still possible. I'm going to spend 4 Justice and Sense of Justice. 4 Justice and Chill Out to play Cryokinetic Perception. The reason I'm doing this is I'm going to flip up. I'm now going to attack. When I attack, Frostbite. When I freeze, draw a card. It's not an ice card, so it does not ready me. And and then I don't know how I thought I was going to get the resources I needed for that. No, I could have drawn into 2 doubles or a double and a Power of Justice, whatever. And then the 2 damage, though, does not go to Norman. It's going to go here. It's going to flip State of Madness, and he immediately deals me 3 indirect damage. So I go down from 11 down to 8. There we go. And so now I have Professor X, Sense of Justice, Snow Clone, Utopia. I'm going to discard Professor X and Sense of Justice to play Utopia and hold on to the Snow Clone, who I know could ready me with Utopia. So this will be good. Yeah, let's try this. And I just have to survive this villain phase. So that's me. And I'm drawing up, I drew Arctic Attack, Ice Blast, an Energy, and another Snow Clone. So that's some pretty good stuff. Here we go. For the villain phase, he's going to add 1 threat, so he's up to 3. And then he is going to attack. He's attacking for 3, -1, so it's a total of 2. I'm just going to take this hit. 2, and this says remove a madness counter. So I take 2 damage, I'm down to 6. That's not bad. Frostbite goes away. And now let's see what this last card is. I hope it's not removing his State of Madness, because I'd like to clear some threat. We'll see. Caught in the Crossfire. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a Crossfire's crew minion is discarded. Reveal that minion, and then take indirect damage equal to the number of Crossfire's crew minions in play. So let's discard until we get a Crossfire's crew minion. There's like 4 or 5 in the set, I think. Maybe just 4. So this is probably going to discard a huge amount of the deck. Corruptor. So it says reveal that minion. He says exhaust each ally you control. Place 1 threat in the main scheme for each ally exhausted this way. I had no allies, so the joke's on him. Caught in the Crossfire means I take 1 damage because I now have 1 Crossfire's crew guy in front of me. So I'm at 5 hit points. Green Goblin's still at 14. That was actually quite good. I'm really glad that he didn't remove the token, because now I should be able to safely enough flip down this turn. So let me start by attacking Corruptor. He's going to Frostbite him. I'll trigger Cryokinetic Perception. Draws me a card. It is an ice card, so it's going to ready me. That's 2 damage on Corruptor. That was perfect. So what I'll actually then do is attack. Good. I don't have any threat removal. That's fine, I think. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's fine. I will attack Green Goblin for 2. So he's down to 12, and that's going to freeze him. So he's got a Frostbite on him. It's going to cover him up. Then I'm going to spend Ice Blast and Arctic Attack to play a Snow Clone, using Utopia to ready myself. Snow Clone is going to attack and kill the Corruptor, who, and that does not deal him any consequential damage because he had a Frostbite on him. And then I will spend the energy to play Snow Clone. Snow Clone's going to attack Goblin for 2 damage, and again, because he has a Frostbite, does not give him consequential. And then I'll flip to Alter Ego and heal up to 9. That was pretty good already. That was pretty good. Oh, and I get to put a ice card because of Frostbite. So I'm definitely going to shuffle a Chill Out back into the deck. I forget if he has 2 or 3. I think he has 3 Chill Outs. And then you see them even more if, I feel like they're one of the biggest targets for his cool off ability is to get those back in the deck. So that was actually quite a good turn, and I'm just hopeful that he doesn't draw an advance or whatever the awful standard 2 thing is. I'm holding on to Ice Wall, by the way. Skilled Investigator, Impede, X-Jet, Chill Out, Clear the Area. Here we go. That's some solid cards. So here we go. On his turn, he's going to add 1 threat. And then he would attack, but instead, he would scheme. But when he would scheme, remove a madness counter. We're just going to flip this back to Criminal Enterprise, flipping Norman Osborn. And yeah, that's it. So now he has an encounter card. Let's see what this is. Shadow of the Past. It could be worse, and there definitely could be a worse time for it to come out. So Pyro comes out. He's got Quick Strike by an Alter Ego. Playing with Fire. It's kind of awful, but that's really awful. But that's okay. Shuffle the rest of the cards in here. Playing with Fire has acceleration icon, and then it says when defeated, the player who defeated this game discards the top 3 cards of their deck and takes 1 indirect damage for each resource icon discarded this way. So it'll probably be 3, but it could be even like 4 damage, which is really tough against Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, who have these ways of dealing damage, like whenever we, flip them, which actually Oh, I can do that right now. So starting on my turn, I'm actually gonna have Snow Clone attack Norman Osborn. He still has a frostbite on him because he didn't actually scheme. That damage is gonna hit him. It's gonna flip this, which means that I can actually deal Green Goblin's 3 indirect damage to me now. So I'll take 2 damage down to 7, right? I have no way to ready. Ugh. Do I really want to? Oh, whatever. I'll take 2 damage, and then I'm going to take a damage, 1 of the indirect damage onto Snow Clone, I think. Yeah, let's try that. And I'm totally realizing I should have Arctic attacked and then held on to a Snow Clone. That was awful. That's fine. I will, the problem is I really don't want to be exhausted. So that's fine. I'm going to flip up. I'm going to have to really hope that he doesn't get an overkill attack. That's what I'm going to have to do. So I'll flip up and I will first attack Pyro for 2 damage. When I attack him, it's going to frostbite him, freeze, cryoconnect, perception, draws me a card. It's not an ice card. It's one way or another, which is great for me. It's actually really, really, really good for me. Snow Clone will go ahead and finish off Pyro, taking no indirect. Maybe I can actually not clear playing with fire yet, just to make sure I don't die. Or I also have Ice Wall. Ice Wall would help a lot. Probably could have actually done that better, but I'm going to do one way or another, looking through the deck for, I really want the Out for Blood. No, well, hand. Oh, I shouldn't have given him the friendly. Oh, no, I can't do that. I'm going to grab Payoff. Payoff comes in with 2 threat. Oh, dang it. I was hoping I could get that Out for Blood card out. I should have taken 1 indirect damage on myself, not my Snow Clone. I'm so bad. I'm bad at this game. Payoff comes into play. I draw 3 cards because of one way or another. So 1, 2, 3. Look at all these cards. So many cards. I'm going to play Skilled Investigator. I'm going to use 1 Impede to play Clear the Area to clear Payoff and trigger Skilled Investigator. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Hey. Okay. Lots of good cards here still. Justice Served is after you thwart and remove the last threat from a scheme. Ready. I think I certainly want, I think I want Forge. So I'm going to spend X-Jet and Impede to play Forge, who will take the X-Jet back. Now, so I could actually play Ice Wall and Justice Served. That might be the best, just to make sure I don't die here. Yeah, or do I play X-Jet, chill out, and hold on to Ice Wall? That might be better too. Maybe I hold on to Ice Wall, and oh, hang on, Utopia when I played Forge readies me again. Let's go. That means I can attack Green Goblin again for 2 damage down to 8. It's gonna frostbite him again. And let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna hope I don't die here. So I'm gonna spend 1, 2, 3 for X-Jet. X-Jet and Justice Served for Chill Out. I'm just gonna remove 3 threat from hostile. No, sorry, from hostile takeover. Yeah, let's go. Hostile takeover, which will throw another frostbite onto Green Goblin. I'm not gonna die. Why did I think I was gonna die? Forge is gonna thwart for 1 off of playing with fire because I think there's another clear the area in my deck. I'm just gonna do that and hope for the best. Right. Yeah, that's all I'll do. So I'm done. Cool. I feel like this is one of the messiest games I've ever played, but that's okay. I haven't played a ton of Champions recently, and Iceman can be messy too. So I'm gonna hold on to Ice Wall and draw up to 5. I got clear the area. There we go. Power of Justice to play Eros. Got the power belt. Yes. I need a new belt in real life too, so that's cool. It doesn't help me though. All right, so he's gonna add 2 threat because of playing with fire, and then he's going to attack me. He's got 3 frostbites, so And I've got Eros, who's not an X-Men. That's unfortunate. So he can't ready me off of Utopia. But I'm still just going to let him hit me. So Frostbite, Frostbite, Frostbite. Does that make sense? Or do I just defend to make sure? To make dang sure he doesn't deal any damage. Because here's my problem. Is if he hits me, say, for with a 2, then I'm down to 5 health. And it's really dangerous to clear playing with fire. That's fine. I can always clear playing with fire later. So I'll just let him hit me. So it's really down to 0. And it's a 1 more. So I go down to 6 hit points. And he clears a madness counter. And then he's got one. Oh, these all go away. And then he's got one more card. Let's see what it is. Total Annihilation. It's going to surge. And the villain attacks you. And that attack gains overkill. I'm glad I didn't defend. Because now I have to defend here. And hopefully that should hopefully help me survive. I'm going to defend. It's going to Frostbite. Cryokinetic is going to draw me a card. It's an ice card. That's really good. I ready. So now he's attacking for 3 minus 1 is 2. Minus my 2 from the defense. So really he's attacking for 0 plus 2. So I take 2 more damage down to 4. But that card did surge. So here we go. Let's see what this is. Mr. Fear. As an additional cost for the engaged player to ready a hero or ally they control, that player must spend a mental resource. That's absolutely mental. That's terrible. Okay, that's okay. So here we go. That was him, and this is me. And now the question is, I'm just gonna look through here real fast. This is Genius, Energy, E. And do I have a strength in hand? I don't have a strength. So there is a strength in here. I don't think I can afford to clear the area with playing with fire because it could kill me if I hit the strength. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think what I'm gonna do, that's an absurd ability. So I gotta kill him. So I'm gonna attack Mr. Fear, which will deal him 2 damage and frostbite him. But I've already used Cryokinetic, so that doesn't help me there. I will attack Mr. Fear to kill him. And the question is now, I really can't afford to die from that. Oh, the problem is actually I don't even have a way to ready right now. I thought I did, but I don't because I don't have an X-Men character. That's okay. Oh, I have Ice Wall. I could play Ice Wall and then clear. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that could work. Let me try this. 1, 2, 3, 4 resources to play Ice Wall, which is when an identity... Oh, it's from an enemy attack. It doesn't really help me. Let me take that back real fast and just decide what I'm doing. I'm going to probably just clear the main scheme. So I'm going to thwart with Forge to bring that down to 2. I'm going to use Ice Slide to clear the area. And that's going to draw me a card. It was the last thing there. I could play Frozen Solid, which would be kind of crazy. Oh, I really could. Or I could just play the Power Belt. 1, 2 for Power Belt. I could then play Frozen Solid instead of Eros. Yeah. So 1, 2 for Power Belt. It gives me plus 3 hit points. That's what I was... That's what I should have been looking at. I just really wanted to clear this turn, but I'll clear it next turn. I'll be fine. 1, 2, 3 for Frozen Solid on Green Goblin. And then I will flip to... Flip. I don't have to flip. I could stay. He wouldn't attack me, which is good. I've got 7 hit points. At which point, then I could, clear this and draw a card from Skilled Investigator. And then potentially be in a position to flip down and heal up. Or do I flip down now? I'm going to flip down now. I'll flip down and I have no frostbites, so that doesn't help me. But I'll flip down and here we go. Drawing up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No X-Men, which is unfortunate. Probably should kill one of these guys just so I have another X-Men in the deck. Because I really have to ready off of Utopia with that. Okay, here we go. He's going to add 2 threats to the main scheme. And then when he would activate, instead, he's going to discard this and Frostbite. And now we have another card. Mob Mentality. Discard the top 7 cards of the encounter deck. And it says, put the first minion discarded this way into play engaged with you, which certainly there's a minion here. So, Out for Blood. Good. All in day's work, all in day's work. Burn. Dark Dealings, burn. Private Security Specialist. I almost dodged that card completely. It's a weird card because everything in Standard 2 is like surge, surge, surge. But technically, if you don't hit a minion, that doesn't do anything. So, we did hit a minion, but it's not a bad one. It's just a little Security Specialist. He's about to deck out, though, which I don't like. Okay. So he's still in Green Goblin form, which makes me want to stay in Alter Ego, honestly. I think I could get away with doing that, actually. I could play things like Team Building Exercise and Wiccan and just call it a day. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. So, yeah, I think I will. So I'm going to just spend Deft and clear the area and to play Deft Focus. That's what I'll do. And then Arctic Attack and Frozen Solid to play Wiccan. Yeah, Wiccan. And Wiccan is going to thwart for 1 off of the main scheme. Discards a card. It's a 2. That's perfect. Deals 2 damage to Private Security Specialist. I think I do want my Snow Clone back in there. So he's going to attack and kill the Private Security Specialist. This Snow Clone is going to go ahead and attack for 2 damage on... Oh, actually, 2 damage. But he does have Frostbite, so it doesn't deal him a damage. And then I will recover up to 11 out of actually 14. So I could actually recover again next turn. And then I'll be done holding on to this team building exercise. And we'll be, done. There we go. So let's see. Am I decking out here? If I don't, that'd be kind of awesome. 6 cards. I have 1 more card in here. That's great. Okay, so for him now, he's going to add 2 threat because of playing with fire. He would scheme, but instead he's going to remove a madness counter. So he's back to Norman Osborn. And then he just has 1 card coming at me. Let's see what it is. Hired Gun. When revealed, choose to either give the villain 1 face down boost card or place 2 infamy counters on Criminal Enterprise. Normally I would just totally give him a boost card, but because it's Standard 2, that question is a lot more interesting. Like, really, if you don't have Standard 2, load up boost cards and then just chump block. But because this adds in so many, like, overkill and other annoying things, I'm not going to do that. I'm going, and I know he's not going to get to 6 this turn, which, again, that would kill me. I can't let this get to 6. But I'm going to let him add 2 to Criminal Enterprise. Done. So then it's back to me. I think I feel like I cleared like a hurdle there. So here we go. I'm going to start. So let's see. I do have an X-Men. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and recover up to 14. So I maxed out on my health. And then I'm going to flip to hero form. And I'm going to spend strength to play team building exercise. I want to play blindfold. So I think I'm going to spend team building exercise, X-Jet, and a single chill out to play blindfold, who's an X-Men, so I'll trigger Utopia to ready. What I don't know, I'm just going to quickly look and then shuffle these back up. I don't know if there was a size scheme. I'm just gonna actually use this to randomize. This one stays on the bottom. Okay, cool. I don't know which one of those is which, but I was just double checking, so I knew I don't need to do one way or another. So what I will do though is I will spend Deft Focus and Power Belt to go ahead and play Chill Out, which is gonna remove 3 threat from Hostile Takeover. and put a frostbite onto Norman. Then I am going to thwart playing with fire. When it's defeated, discard the top 3 cards of my deck. Yeah, my deck, which is just 1 card. Hey-oh! So it's just 1 indirect damage from that. Well, that was perfect. Sad to see triage go, but that is cool. By the way, I totally forgot to use Blindfold's ability, but whatever. I guess I just missed that response. Again, this is a messy game. So the player who defeated this game discards the top 3 cards, takes 1 indirect damage. So I can take the damage on my own body, or I'm just gonna do it on Snowclone. I want to be just flawless with no damage as we go into this. As we drop, Norman Osborn. So, okay, here we go. What I do have to do is I have to defeat him. So I can't mess around. I need to attack. Sorry, I decked out right there. So I don't know what this card is, but that is coming into me. Skilled Investigator pops right there to draw me a card for justice. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. I will now attack Norman Osborn. It's going to frostbite him. Draw me a card from Cryokinetic. It readies me. Heck yes, with the Arctic attack. Readies me, and then the 2 damage goes onto Criminal Enterprise. That is so perfect. So, because what now I can do is I can attack Norman 1 more time, which is going to frostbite him again. It's going to pop this over. Green Goblin comes out, and he's going to deal me 3 indirect damage. I will take, honestly, I guess all 3 on me. Yeah, that's fine. All 3 on me, and that's that. But Snowclone is going to then attack for 2, bring him down to 4. I could honestly leave the hired gun out and just Arctic attack him. I could have actually done that first. I could have done Arctic. You know what? Actually, instead of hitting him for 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Arctic attack Green Goblin to deal him 6 damage. Why am I doing this? I'm just going to do it. 6 damage, which is going to defeat that stage. So he comes in with the second stage. Deal 4 indirect damage again. So I'm going to take 4 on my body down to 7. And he comes in with 18 hit points. I don't know why I'm pushing, but I just really want to push. And then Wiccan and Snowclone will both attack this hired gun and clear them. Boom. Done. That was crazy. And I don't know if I'm going to live to regret having pushed him to his next stage. But that is okay. I now draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 2 Ice Blasts, Sense of Justice, Chill Out, which is great, and Strength. So, okay, he's got 4 Frostbites. He's going to add 1 threat to the main scheme, and then he's attacking me. I mean, I might as well just let these Frostbites do their work. I don't know what this card is. He's going to attack me for... Ooh, ouch. It's Overwhelming Force. Give this villain 1 additional boost card for this activation. So he is now attacking me for 2 damage plus whatever this additional boost card is. I've got 7 hit points. So hopefully this will not kill me. Let's see. Give this a good shuffle. I'm actually suddenly worried. I'm quite worried. But let's go. Let's see what happens. 1 more. So total of 3 damage to me, down to 4. That removed a madness counter. All these frostbites go away, and now he's got 2 cards. Okay. Crossfire. He has Quick Strike. When he attacks a friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points. That attack gains Overkill and Ranged. So he's attacking one of these people with Overkill and Ranged. I mean, I'm going to defend, which is going to freeze, attach a Frostbite to this enemy, draws me a card, It's not an ice card, so it doesn't ready me. Ooh, but now I take no damage, and then he removes the frostbite. So now this better not be an overkill attack. Collapsing bridge, we love to see it. Sorry, people of New York, but I really needed this to be a collapsing bridge and not anything else. So, okay, here we go. Here we go. We're in really good shape, I think. Quite good shape. As long as I can heal up. So, which I can. I've got Forge to ready me. That's great. Needed him. I forget there's another card for him to grab because I already have X-Jet and Utopia. I don't think there is. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. I am going to start by let's just see some cards. So let me. I can't believe he didn't get flipped there. That's crazy. I'm going to use Deft Focus and nope. I'm going to spend Ice Blast for Sense of Justice. I'm going to use Sense of Justice and Power Belt to play Chill Out. That makes sense. I think I just messed that up, but that's fine. Removing 3 threat from Collapsing Bridge, throws a Frostbite onto green. No, onto Green Goblin. And then that draws me a card from Skilled Investigator. Superpower Training. That's solid enough. I'm gonna spend. I messed this up. That's fine. I'm gonna spend X-Jet to play Superpower Training. Just gonna have 3 threat on it. I'm going to spend Strength to play Forge, who will ready me with Utopia. Yes, okay. Yes, I'm seeing it now. Okay, Wiccan's gonna thwart for 1 off of Superpower Training. So it's down to 2, and that's gonna deal 1 damage to Crossfire, which isn't great, but it's not nothing. 1 damage to him? Yeah, 1 damage to him. Because then my thinking was Blindfold will thwart for 2 off of Superpower Training, which is going to get me a identity specific upgrade. So I could get, for example, the Ice Wall. Probably the Ice Wall is what I want. I don't think I want the Ice Slide. Frozen Solid could be great though too. Maybe I want Frozen Solid. Ice Wall is so phenomenal though. Let me try. See, I have no other. I have 1 X-Men. No, I have 2 X-Men. That's good. Let me throw Ice Wall out there because it's so chunky. It's just nice to have that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack, and kill Crossfire. I'm not even going to bother freezing him. So Crossfire is dead. Okay, this is not as... I'm not feeling as confident because I only have 4 hit points. So I'm not as confident as I was. But let's try this. I'm going to flip down. Frostbite means I can shuffle back in a Snow Clone. I want the Snow Clone because, again, I have to hit the Utopia trigger basically every turn or I'm in trouble. That wouldn't be true against every scenario, but in this scenario, playing solo and I'm just getting hammered with Green Goblin's damage effects as well as Crossfire's cruise effects. And just all the standard 2 stuff, like the fact that I can't like just easily chump block. So I really need to be able to recover an alter ego and then flip up and ready with a guy. Or attack or defend and then ready with a guy and then flip down and recover. So yeah, I need to hit those X-Men. Let's go. Okay, so I'm drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No X-Men yet, but I've got some cycling. I've got Clear the Area, one way or another, Frozen Solid for Justice, and Arctic Attack. So here we go. He's going to add 2 threat because of the acceleration token, so it's up to 3. He would scheme, but instead he removes a Madness counter, and he's going to flip this back to Criminal Enterprise. And then we have another card coming out. Total Annihilation, Surge. When revealed hero, the villain attacks you, that attack gains overkill. So that's kind of actually a nice little alter ego friendly thing. It doesn't actually attack you. If you're an alter ego, it just surges into Private Security Specialist, who is not a big deal at all, except for I need to chew through him to clear that, which I have Arctic Attack, which will help me do. Okay, here we go. That was actually quite good. I'm only a little worried about getting a ready, but I think I should still recover. So I'm going to recover for 4 up to 8. I will flip to hero form. I am going to I'm going to I kind of went to Arctic Attack. Yeah, I should probably Arctic Attack this Private Security Specialist. So I'm going to use Deft Focus and Power Belt. So for the ice and for the superpower, because it's both. I'm going to Arctic Attack him and just kill him. And then I will, so I can't clear threat until this is cleared. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to play, I should have probably waited to do Arctic Attack. That's fine. I'll do one way or another looking, no, because that's right. I know what card I want to get out of here. Forge is going to attack for 1. I'll show you why in just a second. I'm going to play one way or another to search for that stupid Out for Blood card, which says when revealed, deal 1 damage to the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points. If that character is defeated this way, repeat this effect. So I just take 1 damage. It doesn't go on Ice Wall because Ice Wall is just from enemy attacks, which I'm not used to. I'm very used to Magneto's bubble, which takes I think everything. So Out for Blood comes in with 2 threat, and then I draw 3 cards from one way or another. So 1, hey, 2, 3. Got my X-Men, so that's perfect. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use Sense of Justice to play Clear the Area, removing 2 threat from Out for Blood. Draws me a card and another card. That's like the whole, that's the whole show. That's the combo. That's so good. Okay, I have Eros. Got these snow clones. I really want to get those snow clones out again. Those were so good. Let me do team building exercise and X-Jet to play a snow clone. Ready me off of Utopia. I will then go ahead and attack him. I'm just going to clear. It's going to Frostbite. It's going to Cryokinetic to draw me a card. He's not going to ready me, but it's going to clear him back to Green Goblin. Deal 4 indirect damage to each player. So I'm going to take 1 damage on Snow Clone and then 3 damage on myself. So I'm down to 4. That's not good. I don't want to be down to 4 hit points. That's okay. Then I could clear threat off the main scheme, but I think the main things I want to do is, honestly, what if I did Snow Clone and Frozen Solid? And I could hold on to like a 4 Justice, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to spend these 3 for a Frozen Solid. And then 4 Justice and Frozen Solid. No. Frozen Solid and Impede for 4 Justice to remove the threat from the main scheme. I'm going to hold on to a Snow Clone because I got burned that last time when I didn't have an X-Men on hand. So I'm going to attack for 2. It takes no consequential because of Frostbites. He is one cold dude again. So this is good. Frozen Solid I feel great about because I really need to stay as, what's it called? Like healthy and preserved as possible. I'm drawing Genius, Impede, Power of Justice, and Justice Served. Let's go. That's really good. That's a good hand right there. I'm still worried about 4 hit points because that's not a lot, and there's just things that can get around crap. I just really hope he doesn't flip to Norman Osborn, but we'll see. He'll probably get All in a Day's Work as his card right here. Let's go. I'm going to call it right now. 2 threat on him. He would attack, but he's Frozen Solid, so he adds another Frostbite instead. Now here's a card. Private Security Specialist. Yes! It wasn't All in a Day's Work. I was proven wrong, happily. Okay, cool. I could impede as my first card here. It's already back to me. That was so nice. I could impede, which would give this back. I don't think I need it back first thing. I think what's more valuable is probably getting the justice served ready. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do this. I'm going to attack private security specialist for 2, trigger freeze him, cryokinetic perception to draw 1. It's not an ice guard, so I don't ready. Snow clone will go ahead and finish him off. So he's dead. I will then let's see. I think I want to use team building exercise and power belt to play Snow Clone, who will ready me with Utopia. Then I will honestly, I'll use X-Jet to play Justice Served. I'm going to actually attack him for 2 more and frostbite him again. Then I'm going to hit him for 2 more with Snow Clone, so he's down to 12. Then I will use the Power of Justice to play Impede, remove 3 threat from the main scheme. Remove the last threat so I can discard Justice Served to ready again, which means I can then flip to Alter Ego. I've got 4 Frostbites, so I can put in, I certainly want my Arctic Attack. So Arctic Attack, and why don't I just do Ice Blast just to make sure I can just push some damage, right? Yeah. Let me do a Chill Out and an Ice Blast. That felt good to get all those cards shuffled in there. And then I will recover up to 8. Now I'm feeling really good. I've got 2 Arctic Attacks in here. If he doesn't scheme, he will have all those Frostbites on him still, so I can still easily Arctic Attack for the damage. I can attack, my Snow Clones can attack. Professor X, I think, is in here, so I can ready off of him. We got stuff, so let's go. And I've got Ice Wall, which won't actually be relevant, I don't think, because I don't think he's going to attack me. So here we go. I'm going to hold on to Energy and Genius so I can play these cards that I'm going to get. Hey, Ice Blast, Professor, Triage, Chill Out. So no Arctic Attack yet, but maybe I'll draw into it. I mean, my Cryokinetic can make me draw into it. Let's go. I've got this. I'm going to say it right now. This is happening. So 2 threat on the main. He would scheme, but instead he removes actually just 1 madness counter. That's really nice. So he's not even flipping to Norman yet. Boom. All in a day's work. He flips to Norman. He's going to remove 2. Back to Criminal Enterprise. And there we go. So I'm going to have to take some damage from him just from flipping him again, but that's okay. So back to my turn. I should be able to quite easily finish him here. So let me first start by healing up to 12 out of 14. And just to get to full health and say I did, I'm going to spend energy to play Triage, who will, no. I will not. Because I don't care about full health. I care about as many readies as possible. So instead, I'm going to actually flip to hero form. I'm going to spend energy to play Triage, who will, I guess it will heal me up to 14. That's good. Utopia to ready myself. I will then attack him for 2. It's going to frostbite him again. Cryokinetic Perception is going to draw me a card. It's not an ice card. Come on. That's actually frustrating. I wish I got the Arctic Attack. That's going to flip him, and he deals 4 indirect damage to me. The 4 indirect damage is going to go damage, 2 damage on me. Triage will attack for 1, so he's down to 11. Snow Clones will attack, so he's down to 7. So he's got 7 right now. Do I have this? I thought I had this in the bag, but I don't know if I actually do. I have like 5 damage. I don't think I actually have quite the damage to finish him here. So that's fine. I'm gonna spend Power Belt and Deft Focus and X-Jet, I guess, to play Ice Blast. It's going to attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite to him and deal 3 damage to each enemy with a copy of Frostbite. So he's down to 4 hit points. And then I'm going to spend Genius and Team Building Exercise to play Professor X, who will, I'll use the ability to ready Iceman. I'll attack for 2 more. And I have no Frostbites left to Frostbite him. I will actually hold on to my 2 cards in my hand. I could chill out, but I don't need to because Professor X will thwart for 2. And I'm not going to do anything with these cards because I actually want to not deck out if I can. So I don't have to deal with 2 encounter cards. So I'm going to then be done. I have 5 cards now. 3 chill outs, an Arctic Attack, and a Power of Justice. And one of these 2 is an Arctic Attack. I don't know what the other one is. But there we go. Okay, so back to him. He's going to add 2 threat, and he attacks me. He's got 4 attack, 6 frostbites. The way these work is that their ability is not just on his printed stat. So he's going to attack me. I'm just going to let him hit me for 4 plus 1, so it's 5. So he's got a total of 5, but then it's minus 6 from all these frostbites. So he hits me for 0. Looks like he got a little frostbite. And then it's just the encounter card here, which hopefully should be fine. Burn! Discard the top 2 cards of your deck. 3 cards instead if Pyro's in play. Take 1 indirect damage for each resource icon discard this way. So it's sad because I lost one of my Arctic attacks. I take 2 indirect damage. I'm going to take both of those on Professor X so that he dies. I don't know the timing of this. You discard those. I think this should immediately shuffle and then he's defeated. But the problem is that now I'm shuffling, so I get dealt another encounter card. So that actually wasn't the last encounter card. This will hopefully be, unless it's a Surge standard 2 card. So let's see. Here we go. All in a day's work. Knew it. Okay. So I was going to remove the 2 madness counters and flip him back to Norman one last time. But we're gonna kill him. So flip him back. Boom. Boom. And here we go. Should be easy enough anyway. So I will attack him for 2, which is going to frostbite him. Draws me a card. It's not nice card, so it does not ready me. Flips this back. Flips him back. Deal me 4 indirect damage. I'm going to take that on my body down to 8. And then he literally has 2 hit points. I could attack with them, but instead I'm just going to go Sense of Justice and Deft Focus to play Chill Out. I'm just going to freeze him up. And then finally, Power Belt and Team Building Exercise to play Arctic Attack to deal 6 damage to this guy. Boom. Defeated. That was intense. That was a really fun challenge. I thought that was great. And this deck is obviously really fun. And thanks Boom Guy for creating an excellent deck here. I know I was a little bit salty about hitting the X-Men cards, but I think it really is just as many as you need and not really any more. There was maybe only like 1 turn, I think, where I was like, I really want an X-Men. And that was just because I was super greedy this turn or this game for readies, way beyond what I normally would feel. But this was so cool. I loved how the threat removal helped me just kind of flip whenever I needed to. And yeah, it was cool. We survived Shadow of the Past. We survived Standard 2. We survived Crossfire's Crew. And we survived both of the challenges of Criminal Enterprise having Crisis on it, as well as Criminal Enterprise being another way to lose if it ever hit 6 counters, which we never did. So that was great. And I think another star of the show was, of course, one of my favorite cards of his, which is just Frozen Solid, just shutting him down. And then I love that it adds the frostbite afterwards, just which makes everything even better. So great. Anyways, that is the video. Thanks for watching. This was really fun, and I hope that you had fun watching as well. Peace.